Hello everybody, this is Ehab, and today we'll talk about how you can become a tax-free millionaire by investing $6 a day into a Roth IRA account. IRA basically stands for Individual Retirement Account. Roth IRA basically means your after-tax money, which is your take-home money. What I'll be sharing with you today is how simply you can just invest $6 a day and become a tax-free millionaire. I'm a CPA and I deal with clients on a daily basis, and the main struggle that I see people dealing with on a daily basis is that they don't have enough savings into their retirement account. While 71% of Americans have a savings account, most of them, they don't have enough to cover any emergency as little as $500. According to a recent survey, 1/3 of the country doesn't have $1,000 into their savings account to cover an emergency. This is definitely not acceptable. According to the National Institute on Retirement Security, almost 40 million households in the United States does not even have a retirement account. I'm here to tell you, by you just investing $6 a day, you'll have $1 million by the time you retire. And no, this is not a get quick rich scheme, whatever. This is basic science. I'll give you the math, I'll walk you through the numbers, and then you make the decision on your own. The S&P 500 index is basically the largest 500 companies in the United States. It's considered the benchmark against how people measure their returns on an annual basis. When investors say the market, that's what they're referring to. They're referring to the S&P 500. The S&P 500 will include a lot of household names that we all know and love. Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Walmart, all the big corporations that we all shop from. You'll have it in the S&P 500 index. The S&P 500 index has been averaging an annual return of 10% for the past 100 years. Imagine, the past 100 years, it's been averaging 10% annually. So regardless if it goes up in a certain year or it goes down in another year, you'll average on an annual return of 10%. Some days the market will go up, as you can see on the chart. Some days will go down. But at the same time, on average, you are averaging 10% annually on your investment just by leaving the money in an S&P 500 index. So let's do the math. Let's say you put $6 a day into your Roth IRA account when you were 25 years old. You will have $1 million by the time you retire simply by taking $6 a day and putting it into an S&P 500 index that will return to you on an average 10% annually. Obviously, you'll need more money if you're starting later than 25, but it's all numbers game. So if you're starting on 30 or 35, obviously you'll need more money invested per day, but as simple as that, just if you're 25, you're starting early, you're investing $6 a day, you'll get $1 million by the time you retire. If you're 30, you'll need $10 a day, and so on and so forth. The sooner you start, the better. Time has a tremendous amount of value when you start early on your investment. You invest early, the compounding interest effect will make a huge difference on your retirement account. The reason why I love Roth IRA accounts is that you don't pay any taxes on it when you retire. The gains are tax-free, your principal is tax-free, your withdrawals are tax-free. Everything that you're doing when it comes to a Roth IRA, once you invest it and get it at a retirement age, completely tax-free. This is exactly why I love Roth IRA accounts. With a traditional IRA on the other side, you're required to make, annual withdrawals by the time you retire, or even before you retire. Even if you don't need the money, the IRS will say, okay, you've lived for too long. Apparently you're just hashing out the money on the side. We need to tax it. So you need to take, annual withdrawals, required minimum distributions, and that way we can tax you on that money and take our share, regardless whether you need it or not. If you're still working or not, you still have to take it. That's the traditional IRA accounts, that's why I love Roth IRA, because it does not have any required minimum distributions. Another great benefit of the Roth IRA is that even if you don't need the money by the time you retire, you probably still had a job, you have savings on the other side that you actually don't need the money. You can always leave it to your family if you pass away. Your family and your kids will also get it tax-free. They don't have to pay a single dime on that Roth IRA account. So there is really no excuse for you not to start today simply by going online. There are tons of brokerage firms. You've probably seen their commercials online. You probably see it on TV. Just simply register yourself, create an account, get your investment on auto deduction. That way you don't have to worry about it. It will automatically deduct from your bank account and invest into like an S&P 500. You don't have to think about it. It's just another expense. Set it and forget it. That way you can guarantee that you're not touching that money and it is automatically going into your Roth IRA account. Most of us would spend $6 on random stuff that we don't need. So just simply investing it into a good S&P 500 low-cost brokerage firm, that will save you a lot of money, that will make you rich, and you'll be retiring tax-free basically. No matter what you do, just try not to think that you can go on a daily basis and invest it yourself, or take the deduction or take that $6 and invest it into your retirement account. You're simply not going to do it. This has been proven scientifically and through studies that human nature, it's not something wrong with you or anybody, is that with the human nature, we're simply not going to do it. It's just, we're going to do it probably a week or two. We're not going to stick with it for, 30 years. So you might as well just put it on auto deduction. It's going to go from your bank account to the brokerage, into the S&P 500, set it and completely forget it. You'll thank yourself later when you find that you have $1 million into your retirement account. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I'll share more information about investing, about retirement accounts, about taxes, anything money related. We're going to talk about it in this channel, and I hope you consider subscribing.